So it's not going to be the regular like the last week. This is going to be more fruitful, more beneficial. So today, I mean, for the next two meetings, we're still going to explore LinkedIn and all those stuff. But under LinkedIn, we will be looking at a lot of things under LinkedIn. So um, the what we're going to discuss today is basically very simple, and um, it's going to, and I'm sure by now all of us have our LinkedIn accounts working. Yes, because Saudi didn't have, she's created LinkedIn account. She's doing very well there. I connected to Saudi. So today we actually going to look at a few things which we don't actually look at. And when we go on LinkedIn, something like how to create a very compelling profile, from profile picture to headline and then to summary or the about section. How do you write a very good about session, or how do you write very good about me in the LinkedIn, in your LinkedIn profile? Then we move on to your experience. That is the most important thing. I don't think if somebody doesn't have experience, you would like to trust the person. And always that is the problem. We'll be like, but I don't have any work experience yet. So today we will tackle that. We will look at how you can start gathering some work experience even um, um, whilst you are not working formally, and it will even surprise you. All of you have work experiences before, and today we will know how and why I'm saying this and how you're going to convert this into a very nice format and then put it out there for people to like it. Then the third thing we're going to discuss will be skills, skills, how you display your skills you have. Some of us are here, if we ask, what are your skills? We like effective communicator, teamwork, um, those things. Those are very common interpersonal relationship. I mean, skills. We believe now in this modern era, everybody should be very cool with that. So it doesn't really make you stand out. You should, for example, if I'm looking for a data scientist in my company, I will not look at team player and all those things, because now even some companies have workers who are offshore workers or probably remote workers. They don't even come to the office at all. Maybe only once in a year to come and do end of year celebration or something like that. So it's not really needed, it's not really important. People don't really consider that because we know that everybody can be a team player and at the right distance, especially when it comes to tech. People don't care about that. If you go to the big companies like Apple and like even startups, you see different culture, different traditions, different beliefs, and all those things. And all of them are moving, or they are playing along each other very, very well. So we have to look at how do we incorporate the real skills we actually need to survive jobs or to survive a career. And then from there, we would look at endorsement. You sorry, you watch somebody's profile and you realize somebody has endorsed the person on a particular skills and all those things. How do you also get some, and are they really helpful? Something like that. Then we look at probably other things like recommendations and then networking if you have time. So this is what we're going to do today, and I'm going to fire up my LinkedIn account or my LinkedIn, and I'll share my screen. Today, no presentation, no PowerPoint, because I want it to be very, very practical. I want us to enjoy what we're doing. And yeah, so that's what I want us to do. And all of us will take something from that. I am not the only one to feed you with information. For me, I believe everybody is knowledgeable, everybody has much information, much more than you need to survive. Just that probably we don't know things that probably we don't know how to go about them or something like that. So today we're going to look at all that, and yeah. Josephine, you're welcome. Glad to see you here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, glad to have you here. So let me share my screen and quickly we go. So before I just want to ask once more, I hope all of us are on LinkedIn. I hope all of us have working LinkedIn accounts. And if you don't have, the last time, I think we talked about how to get one for yourself. And I believe all of us are cool with this right now. So who can see, if you can see my screen, give me a thumbs up or a wave. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So Um, I know you can see my screen, and today, like I said, we're going to look at few things which we don't really pay attention to, but they are really the golden rule of LinkedIn, and that is what the first thing people look at when they want to contact you or when they want to reach out to you. So we look at creating a compelling profile, because your profile is you, your presence on LinkedIn. So if you have bad profile, it means you have bad presence. People have bad mindset. There is this psychology, or there is this psychology that, um, please hold on, I'm coming. A second. Sorry, guys, I'm back. I live in a neighborhood where just people are rude. They just do it things anyhow. Sorry about that. So like I was saying, they say people judge people by their appearances. So your appearance kind of give the first impression about you, whether you're a good person or something like that. So in Ghana or in the world in general, it's like people are like that. People see you, and if you don't look good, they feel like they assume you're a bad person. Even in these modern days, like if you see someone in Rasta, with dreadlocks, people see you to be bad. People see you in Afro, you know, if there is any maybe police case, there is any suspect, they mostly arrest these guys in Rasta, in crazy jeans, in some, I don't want to say weird, but in some modern fashion. So certain type of dresses have certain stigma attached to them, which is natural. Human beings are like that. So the same way, people want to see professionalism. So they want to see your profile to be professional, and that is what is going to attract people to follow you, attract confidence. Build confidence in people to trust you and then work with you. So that is a single or the first most important thing you have to take note on LinkedIn. And from there, you take you we take it further to things, other things which follow, like your experience and all those things. So today is basically about your profile and how you can really set up a very good and compelling profile. So with that being said, let me just I am very sure all of you have seen my LinkedIn profile before, whether you've watched my profile or you've probably checked my listing. What do you call it? Who is not on LinkedIn, and doesn't who is not my friend on LinkedIn? Let me put it that way. Josephine, have you friends on LinkedIn? Have you ever checked my
No,
profile?
no, not yet. I'm just going to find you and follow you.
Okay, so you can just search my name with Akilu Mukailo. Very weird
Okay.
name. You see me there. I'm not sure you find any other with Akilu Mukailo again. So you can just, I guess, Okay, I'll be demonstrating here, but if you like to, you can just click and check. So, sorry. So, when I open this, the desktop version, you can check from your phone. There will be some slight difference. You'll not see it together like this because of the screen size. So let me go into, but before you can see the profile views, you can see profile views has to do with the number of people watching your profile, you know, in some specific time. You will see all the time I'm around over 90. So it's very good. It means a lot of people watching my profile, a lot of people watching my profile day in, day out. And um I would walk you through that later. I mean, what that mean? I'll tell you the importance of that. But when you come to my profile, this is my profile. Now, the first thing you see is, at least I have a little. The first thing we will talk about is, you see, it's just like, let me give this example. Maybe the ladies here would help us. You see, when a guy approaches a lady, hey, I like you, and you rap, or you say all your raps. The lady has to sit down and then do her assessment. And one of the first things they look at is your appearance. You know, if you are not looking good to their expectation, it can bring you 50% down, you know, and if you don't take care, you just off just like that. So it's just natural about humans. Like always, you want to see who is behind this, who is this person. Imagine you want to entrust, you want to award a contract to somebody to work for you. We either on a contract base or maybe we're employing the person. So if the person applies, most companies will come and check. They'll ask you what is your LinkedIn handle. They'll come and check. They want to see you and see who are you. They see like the what about of you, something like that. So always you see people, uh, they have very bizarre profile, so they will be complaining. I don't get rich, I don't get this, I don't get that, I don't get jobs. But people watch your profile, they are not just interested. So the first thing we have to take notice, um, your profile picture. The first rule is your profile picture should always be a picture of only you, like a profile picture of only you in a nice face, either smiling or just show your teeth like I'm showing. If your teeth is white like mine, but if it is yellow, please don't open it. You know, when you open it, that's going to be something different, right? So you just have a little, I mean, nice picture of yours. I don't want to say professional, just something very nice, which will show your face very nice. Don't take any picture which you have a cap or maybe a hat on it. Like if it is a hat, it should be something nice. I mean, not say the person doesn't see your face. At least let them see your face in a very nice way. Then from that, from there, the next thing is your background. Your background here, the background image. Always, some people can even design some background images with Canva. If you are very cool with Canva, you just go in there and you search for LinkedIn profile background cover or something. Then you will see some of them. The ones you like, you just click on it and edit, and you are good to go. Just put it there. The background is more like to give the person impression about who you are. You know, so when you look at here, you see some codes and some neural networks here. So it should tell you this person is probably going to be a tech person, right? Josephine, Abby, it rings a bell, right? So that is the whole idea of it. So this is what you should, the first two rules I'm going to talk to you about. And after having a good background and then profile picture, always another rule is always use your formal name. Don't go and use maybe uh, your nickname or your informal name. Use your formal name. You know, use your formal name people recognize you for. The reason is that LinkedIn is a formal platform, so no jokes there. If I know you as Josephine or Joe Cakes or Joss Cake or something like that, but it doesn't really ring the bell like that. be professional. Except for IG and co, IG, Twitter, you can be doing those things. But LinkedIn is professional, more professional. You build a professional career, your professional. Profile there. So you don't. You have to give your. It's good to give your real. Or your official name. Let me just put it that way. Now, after that, this here is what we call more like the headline. So it is called the headline. And then the headline is just a little write up which will be under your name. So it's going to be under your name and it's going to describe, it's very simple, very brief sentences which is going to describe who you are. So without or before the person even goes through your profile, this should ring the bell about who you are. This should tell the person enough about you. So for me, this is very hard. You see, people. This is one thing I really, uh, one session where I really see a lot of mistakes. You see somebody saying aspiring data scientist, aspiring machine learning engineer, AI enthusiast, data science enthusiast, university student, and all those that. Those are not really powerful. They are just general this thing, and it makes you look even below the normal this thing, below normal. But instead, if you know just one thing about data science, at least you can call yourself data scientist. You get it? Something like entry role data scientist or beginner level data scientist, something like that. And you are good to go if you want to go by profession that way. But if you are somebody who is maybe an entrepreneur or maybe somebody who is a freelancer or something like that, if for example you are a freelancer and your goal on LinkedIn is actually to get more clients to do work for or to maybe work for on freelance basis. So let's say I am a data science freelancer, so I want more people to give me data science gigs to do. So I can maybe put maybe 2 years experience 2 years of experienced data scientist. You get it? Or 2 years experienced data scientist, something like that, or mid-level, or entry or beginner level data scientist, or something like that. And mostly, if you are a CEO, some people also like it to keep it very simple. CEO of so and so company, the person is good to go. But always make sure you put something which kind of sounds professional, not like university student, national service personnel. No, you are not just national service personnel. Put something there. Where do you want to be? Where do you maybe you are computer science graduate, so you can be like computer science grad, or maybe in the computer science you love to do something or something, anything you know to do, just craft it in a nice way and put it there, something like that. So for me, I am an entrepreneur. My vision is to use AI to help um, the African continent and the Ghanaian society, at smaller scale and Africa at large. I want to help solve most of the pressing societal problems with data, with AI. So for me, I am more of every day dreaming about AI, thinking about AI. So I call myself AI visionary because I believe in AI and I'm not like the other people who are more like anti AI. For me, I am pro AI, I am AI. So I call myself AI visionary. That is where I get the AI visionary from. For the data alchemist, an alchemist is somebody who is really experienced at something. So I've had a lot of experience with data. So I call myself data alchemist. I am not the best data scientist out there. That is one thing you should know. Nobody is the best, but the best is the one who knows, how to do what, and not, if I ask you, you shouldn't have the course in your mind, but you should know how to do or how to go about anything at any point in time, something like that. So that is one thing you should know, and these ones are automatic. They're going to be here, and based on the location you choose whilst you are setting up your profile. Now when you click on there will be this here contact info, and then that is your personal this thing. mostly put so you can see your profile, your LinkedIn profile URL. So if you want to share your profile with somebody, you just copy this linkedin.com/in/ your name. If you create its name, it will be slash something, some codes, and then you can always change it. If you click on this little pencil here, you can change it. Always it's good to change it to your name or something like that. So for me, I was able to change it to I changed it to linkedin.com/in/Mutakilu Mukailu because yeah, obviously that's all. And you can even see my birthday and all those things. So I shouldn't be showing this, but I'm sure. So you can also click who should see your profile and make sure it's always all LinkedIn members. And you can even add your website if you have a personal website. You add it there and you are good to go. And you can add instant messaging options, which is something new they just added. So that somebody can just uh, message you instantly. So the options here are Google Hangouts, IQ, ICQ, QQ, and WeChat. So they don't have enough things there. So obviously don't set up anything. It's not really this thing. You can add a lot of other stuff. You can add messaging options. Um, yeah, just like you saw. So that's it. Just that. So you can change, you can add your number and all those things, and always add a number. You are always, I mean, an active number. Let me put it that way. If you put it, if you put a number which you don't use, maybe someone they want to reach out to you, the person they pick a number, call, and it's not coming, something like that. So that is one thing I want you to know, and yeah, I think that is that has to do with here, and that is very very because when you open somebody's profile, that is where the first place you look at, and it is very very good. We actually do well to make them nice to impress the person to go to scroll down to see the other stuff about you. Now, if you see here, coming Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, that's obviously like my education, and then homeschool. So you see my experience. That's it. And then you can see visit my site. I put it there because I have a website, a personal website where you can visit and always check about me, maybe read about my track record, my progress, my successes, and all those things. Now there is an open to work this thing here, and it shows you, it tells the person if you are open to work or not, and then you specify the kind of roles you want. I don't advise you give a lot of titles like this. It's always better you just keep one, just AI consultant or maybe data scientist, something like that. Simple. And that is very, very, I think, very, very decent. And you can show the even the type of what you want on-site, hybrid, and remote. So you can take all of them, all those things. Then the locations you want to work, and the kind of for location for on-site, location for remote, and then the location for um, any other thing. Then what kind of work do you want? Contracts, part-time, full-time, internships, and when, how often, how ready are you to work? So and who should see this? So only recruiters, not everybody. Only recruiters. For me, that is why I. I mean that is what I chose. You can also make it everybody so that everybody who actually comes to your website kind of sees what you are into, and then because you don't know, maybe somebody may have something to offer you who doesn't bear the title of a hiring manager yet. So you can also add other profiles, which we will see later. And now let's scroll a little bit down to here's my analytics board. You can see as at this month, I've appeared in 22 search appearances, meaning there's a lot of people searching LinkedIn and then I am appearing and then looking at my listing. And at least I have quite a number of followers on LinkedIn. That's like 2,226. It's fine. At least manageable. and I have you can see 99 people have viewed my profile so far. We will come back to that. Right? So it is telling you my mechanism is working, right? And then if you come to the about, that is one of the most important things to also look at. So the about is basically about you. So who is this person I'm actually looking at? And the about you always write it very very nice. Make it and don't lie about yourself, but kind of like spark the interest of the person who is reading. Wow, the person. Don't be using. Don't be very very. Should I say mediocre, something like that. Be very, very, like, beat up there, give the person a vibe, something like that. So if you look at mine, hello, I'm Mutakili Bukailo, a visionary at the intersection of technology and transformation. I am on a mission to revolutionize Africa through the power of modern technology and artificial intelligence. And I told you like that. So much like Elon Musk, I dream big, fueled by belief that drastic change begins with innovation. So you read, it's very, very nice, isn't it? I hope you see, you be like, wow, Akwawe, Ujaran, right? Something like that. Jabun, is that also? Jabun, are you there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm there. I'm there.
Abi there about me is nice, right?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It's on point.
Yeah, so um, you read and then you don't just give a mediocre something because you are not there to convince the person. So it is online, but don't lie. Don't say something about yourself you don't know to do because it will really, really be embarrassing and shameful and disappointing if you tell me you have 5 years of data science experience and I
Hey,
come and you get
even
it.
1 year cry you're battling.
Good. It will be very,
Then
very
we have
like
to go back to our profiles and do a human's job.
yeah. So that is something very, 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 very important we should look at. So it's really, really something you shouldn't try at all. Don't lie about yourself. Let the people see who you are, and that makes you more authentic. Now, you can spend some time to read it. And I add a little call to action. If you don't know call to action, it's more like something to spark somebody's interest in you. So I say here the last sentence is that, or the last paragraph talks, join me on a journey of transforming dreams into reality. Let's pioneer a new era of AI driven change starting right here in Africa. So if you are a young person in Africa, let's say when you read, it kind of sparks your interest. Oh wow, this person has a big vision, right? So it would help me attract even you to come and work with me if I on in my company, right? Which would be out by the end of this year. So it is a way of wowing, like more like wowing your readers, just letting them have belief in you and then commanding some kind of power and then also having power. When you have power on somebody, then you can always manipulate the person, that. So that's one thing you should know. Now if you look at my top skills. So I add my top skills here. And I talk of AI strategy and implementation. What it means is that how we implement AI, and how we strategize AI. For me, because I've worked in a couple of these things, which you will see very soon, I have that kind of this thing. I have data science and analytics. I am very good with programming. I have communication and stakeholder engagement. So you see, I didn't say effective communication, right? I said communication and stakeholder engagement. You see, it looks better than. Jabri, please can you mute yourself for us?
Okay, okay.
Yeah, thank you. So I didn't say effective or effective communication, but you see, I say communication and stakeholder engagement. Now, it is different from just saying effective communication. Why? Because effective communication, everybody can communicate well in their own ways. But when we say communication and stakeholder engagement, meaning that I can communicate to all stakeholders. So all stakeholders, being a customer, being top level executives, being my co-workers, people are below me, people. And it's because where did I get this from? I've been teaching. I remember I told you I have worked as data science consultant, and I've also worked as AI research assistant. So I was communicating a lot with people. I know how to get technical things to non-technical people. And yeah, you testify that some of you who called me for me to convince you to actually join the bootcamp, you realize I do my best to convince you. So if you are here, at least I was able to kind of like have an to have kind of conviction. I was able to convince you. So that's proof to that point. So you are not lying about yourself, but you are kind of like beautifying or sugarcoating your skills to make you stand out from the crowd. Because if you check five profiles, let's say you have a job opening and then you check all their skills, oh, effective, this thing, effective, but you check this person instead of effective communication, says communication and stakeholder engagement. Maybe you may not even understand very well. You'll be like, wow, this guy, I think he's different from the rest, right? So it's a nice way of, um, going about it. Now let's come to the services. The services you can add these ones. I added them myself. The sessions you can add sessions. So I have services sessions where because I work, I used to consult sometimes, not sometimes, most of it. I consult. So some of the things I actually, offer, the skills I offer. So I offer business analytics services, I offer research skills, services, WordPress design, website development. So if you're a company, I have a company called Sika Boost. What we do is we are a digital transformation agency and we help small and medium companies grow, thrive on the internet. We help you with we have a lot of bundles with very stunning websites, which I will show you some of the websites at the end of this thing. And then we also more like coach you. We also run your ads for you. We build your social media platforms for you and all those things. So it's for very cheap. Price. So you can come and maybe probably read. And if you click on show, you will see more about that. Now, when we come in, these ones are just here. I also have a newsletter. I actually can write. It is called Data Science Decoded. We have 664 subscribers, and I publish articles on weekly basis. But these days, I hardly publish. But I'll be back on track because of how this thing tough my days have been these days. So I also have that. So a newsletter is simply we write, newsletter. Newsletter is just like you write about blogging, something like that, yeah. And then it is called Data Science Decoded, which I'm going to change it by next week to we are rebranding it to AI with Muta, where we have so I have a brand new YouTube channel, my personal YouTube channel, not homeschool, called AI with Muta. I created it yesterday. I'll share the link and all of you do well to follow me. Subscribe. Not follow, subscribe. Yeah. And then very soon I would be having, you know, I'll be educating about AI. How can you use AI? How can you build ChatGPT like apps and all those things. So I'm showcasing all those there, and I'll be inviting my friends and the people, my bosses I've worked with, the people, top people in the field to also come and then we have some talks. So I'll do that. Okay, Jabir, Johannes, Josephine, sorry, I thought it was Josephine.
Okay, so I'm just, that the LinkedIn has the paid version. Is it advisable to, pay and then get the extra features LinkedIn has, or just having a regular LinkedIn is enough?
You mean the premium, right?
Yes, premium.
For me, honestly, I don't advise you go for premium until you really want to scale. You have something you really really want to work on, something you really really want to monetize very very fast. Although premium, obviously they will promote your content and all those things, but it is really expensive to be honest. I don't know whether you checked the monthly rate, and you can do equally well if you don't have premium. You get it. So you can start with the free version, and then if you really want to upscale, maybe really, really want to upskill, then you go for the premium. But for now, it won't be advisable. This Josephine, is that cool? Or
Yes, yes, yes.
okay.
Because sometimes the premium gives you, it tells you who has actually watched your profile, who the person is, the location of the person, and all of that. Or you think it's still not necessary.
Yeah, it's really good.
Sometimes you are curious. You see people have watched your profile and you want to know who they really are.
Yeah. So you see, it is true. But when you really, really look at, for me, I'm looking at the expenses against the benefit as actually someone just starting. If you can afford, yes, go for it, really, honestly. But it's not really, for me, I don't advise that unless I've been on the premium before. I just realized I didn't really get it. It gets to, for me, all the people who reach out, who watch my profile, you will see the top five of the people who watch your profile. And then if somebody really wants you, the person would reach out to you. So that's one thing. Maybe I'll show my messaging and you see a lot of people reaching out to me and all those things. So that is one thing I've seen. But if you think you can afford it, maybe I think it's a good thing. Premiums are always better than free tiers, right? Josephine, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay,
Thank you.
are you on the premium or you are
No, no, no,
considering
I'm not.
gold?
I'm on a regular LinkedIn. I'm not really a fan of LinkedIn until you mentioned it. So,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
that's very fine. So, Jabir, you can ask a question. Jabir, your hand is up. You can ask a question. Okay, I guess he is not. So let me just wrap up and then we have to close. So let me wrap up. So the next thing, let me just come here to the experience session. So when you come to mine, you will see it is really, it's quite arranged quite well. So I'm the founder. I founded Homeschool Academy, and then I'm a data science instructor too. And you realize, yes, there is no doubt about that, right? I'm not lying. I teach data science, and I founded Homeschool Academy. Yeah. So it was founded actually in October 2022. So we are almost October. We will celebrate 2 years, and I think it's been quite very very well. It's just that things we are really rebounding and we want by the end of this year a lot of things on the way coming very very massive. So next year homeschool will be on another level. We would be flying, yeah. So and I've also been working as a freelance data scientist. What that means is that I just freelance on platforms like freelancer.com, Upwork, and Fiverr. Although I haven't had any genuine work from those platforms, these days scammers are very, very, they are very, very common on those platforms. So I don't recommend you mostly. Where I get most of my gig is here on LinkedIn. I have my very good profile. People watching me like, hello, I like profile and those things. And then they reach out to me, give me job, and I do. So that is how I actually um go about my jobs. Yeah, Fridolin, the session will be on LinkedIn. It will be on YouTube, sorry. So you would have it. Don't worry about it. Right after. So back to what I'm saying. If you look at I'm a founder and then that one alone gives me 1 year, 8 months experience, right? And then I've been working as data scientist, freelance data scientist for the past 2 years, 5 months. So if you come down to I worked just 7 months for Hydra, a company in Fargo, North Dakota State University. My last work, I was actually an AI research scientist or assistant. That was my role. And what I did was this: we were a research lab, and then what we did was I was a AI guy in there. We built recommendation systems. You know, when you go to places like YouTube, it's very, let me use YouTube. When you open a new account, you see that it'll be like search something for us to display. So when you search, then based on your search, we recommend things to you based on the videos you watch. So it's the same thing for LinkedIn and then for all the social media platforms. Based on the things you interact with, the post you like, you comment, we see we recommend popular, I mean, similar things to you. So it's not human beings sitting down to do. We actually write codes to build systems behind the scenes to actually promote these things. Which which content should we show to which people and all those things. So I was working basically on those things. We call them recommendation systems. We have two basic types of them. We have the content-based system, content-based recommender systems, and then um, content based and what do you call it? Collaborative filtering. Sorry, where collaborative filtering, where we look at a lot of users together. And I was actually proposing a new methodology or a new style of it called user demographic recommender system. So instead of it's a hybrid system which is actually combining the two together and then add the user's demography like age, gender, country, and all those things to recommend. It was really well. I have the codes and all those things. Maybe one day I would pick it up and then work on it. So um, that is it from Hydra too. And I've done some internship and I've been a sales analyst too in my early careers. And you know, you may not have this rich, I mean, this work experience, fine. But one thing I want you to know is that this, for instance, I worked for my uncle when I was growing up, you know. So all I did was to convert it. It's a work experience. If your mother has a shop and you are the one managing the shop, it's an experience. It's a work experience. So you can convert it into a work experience, a very good work experience. So get a nice name for your mother's shop, and when you get a nice name for it, get what were you doing? If you were selling, you can be a sales rep or something, sales person, sales personnel, yeah, salesperson, and then you write what you actually some of the functions you are performing, and then the tools you actually used. So those things we don't always recommend you use university or maybe your school, what do you call it, roles or positions you have. Those should come under a session called voluntary, maybe voluntary works and all those things. But for your experience, your work experience, those petty things you do, internships, you can put them down there. And don't worry, we will talk much about internships too soon. I mean, in some of our and my education nice there, which I didn't add one of them. I have one at a degree I didn't add. So these are my licenses and certifications. So with my licenses too, you can see I've had a lot of them for a while now. Some of them too are there. For me, I'm the type who learns a lot. So it's not necessary for you to get like 20 certifications and all those. It doesn't really matter. I think what matters most is actually, you know, getting the right thing with the right skills. You are good to go, the right mindset. And these are my voluntary stuff during my school years. And let me come to the most important thing because of time. That is why I'm running up, just like that. So here is skills. So with skills, mostly when you list the skill. So for example, um, with my AI, okay, let me scroll. So with my skills, so for example, the AI strategy and implementation, you show which part of your certifications and your works actually give you that. So it's actually it's actually seen at some. So you can because of time, I'm not going to. probably walk through those ones. You can see which kind of job gives me which kind of skill, or which skill, where did I get which skill, something like that. So you can see all 55 actually skills. And the reason why there are plenty is that I have a lot of experiences. So every skill, every work can give you like three, four, five, six skills, and you do them. So when somebody watches, they'll be like, "Wow, this person!" And you can see there, and you can see these were ones I was the ones I was talking about. The um, the endorsement. So the endorsement is more like somebody saying, attesting to the fact that yes, I know Josephine, she can do this work. Maybe probably the person worked with you in same office or maybe something like that. So that is one thing I just want to share. The rest you can see here is actually my honors. I was actually awarded the outstanding student of the year and all those things. So I put to them there and all those things. The rest is my interest. You can see for me, all my stuff is about AI. So those these are just few things I want to share with you. If there is any question, you can just quickly ask me, and then we wrap up and yeah, we meet again. I wanted us to do more, but because of the time, probably we can. The next time we meet, we will do more. Any questions? You just raise your hand, and I call you, and we're good to go. Josephine, do you have a question?
No, please, I don't.
Okay. So that okay, Jabir, you can ask a question.
My network isn't treating me good at all, so I don't know whether there's a recording of this presentation so that I can just have a recap of it.
Yeah, there is a recording of it. I'm going to upload it right
Because
after this.
my the network at my end is very poor. It's just hanging up, I'm just trying to be still, but it's not working out as per.
No problem at all. I'm going to um, upload it right after the meeting, and then I'll drop the link in there.
All right. Thank you.
Fridolin,
So I see when you write maybe internship, you give like a brief summary of what you were doing as an intern.
yeah,
Is that necessary?
yeah, it's necessary. That would tell the person you are not lying because I wasn't there when you were doing your internship. So if you are able to tell me what you were doing there, then it's more like experience. I would know what you are good at, what you learned over there, and what kind of experience you had there. So it is very good you add the skills or the duties you performed there.
So like more like the same way when you're doing your CV,
Yeah, something
something
like
like
that.
that. Okay.
So LinkedIn is actually your profile is actually like a very detailed CV. It's on its own, which you get it, be taking it very very serious, something like that. Is that cool?
Yeah, but did you talk about how you could get the work experience and things? Because earlier my network was,
Yeah, I talked
or it
about
will be in
that.
the video. So okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and we would look more into that too. So, Martin, do you have any question to ask?
Mr. Mutakiru, no question.
Okay, that's very fine. Thank you very much. Fidi Kitchen, is that Saudi? Do you have any question to ask? Okay, I think she's not there. Anamwa, do you want to add any other thing to it?
Okay, I think because of time, maybe next week I'll try and add something to what you said.
Yeah. So the last thing I want to talk about is, you cannot be good on LinkedIn or be very viral on LinkedIn if you don't post. And it's like LinkedIn, it's hard for you to think of what to post. It's like you don't post because you don't know what to post, right? So one thing is let people brag about whatever you do. So let people see what you're doing and then let them know what it is. So since you're learning from homeschool, I we are going to embark on a challenge from you have from now till the end of tomorrow. I want you to make your first post, and it is very, very simple. If you don't have anything to do or to post about, it is very, very simple. I'm going to show you a sample of how you're going to post. So you just click on your post. I think I should have, so I have some kind of this thing here. So it just something simple like this. Hello, everyone. Or simply you can actually come click on the plus and let me see. You just click on celebrate an occasion and then you just because those messages actually go viral. So you click on new educational milestone. You just click on that one and you choose any image of your choice. Just choose any image of your choice. Maybe you just click on this and then you can just start sorry, you click on next and then you can just start your listing, something like that. So you just simply they even give you a template, so it's quite easy. So what you do is you just type, I want you to do this thing. Hello everyone. So hello everyone. I'm excited to share my educational milestone. I have started a data science bootcamp at so the art you want to say homeschool academy, so you bring art and then you type home, the school is K, homeschool academy, and you will see it right here. This is as the green one. So you click on it. Just this is okay. And then post. Hello everyone, I'm excited to share my educational milestone. I have started in I've started a data science bootcamp at Homeschool Academy. Something like that. Or you can add any other thing you want to and share. So when you tag us, mind you, the homeschool, you do at sign, then you type homeschool academy so that we will see that you've posted and you've tagged us. And we would repost and then comment and like your post in the name of homeschool, which will be very, very nice. So that way your post goes a little bit viral. People get to know you, people connect with you, and you are also getting presence on LinkedIn. So I hope it is that simple, and I hope we would do that. Any question about that? Okay. So I guess we don't have any questions, and it's that easy. So let's just go and do that. When you do, you can do it tonight, you can do it anytime tomorrow too. But by the end of tomorrow, you should do that. And that is a new challenge we're going to launch. Any week we learn new thing. Next week on Sunday when we close Saturdays and Sundays this thing. Um, on Wednesday at the career session, right after the career, before you come into the career session, or when we come, before you come, you should write your post summarizing what you learned in during the week or in the week's session, in the week's classes. You just summarize it and then you post it there on LinkedIn. If you're having issues, we would spend some few 10 minutes to help you craft it very well and then you launch it before we finish the bootcamp. By so doing, by the time we graduate this bootcamp, you would have social media presence, you know how to post, and you would also be on fly as well. And you would get attention to yourself. That's an easy way to do it. So guys, I think it's been very, very fruitful um, to, I mean, 1 hour with you. Yeah. So if you don't have any questions, I would like to stop sharing this and